back. So last lesson we figured out there was a problem with the actual ID being created twice in the database. So we tried to create a customer twice. I'm going to try and show you this is the first time we use rules in the entity framework that we need to start working with to actually make the entity framework create the right SQL queries for us and avoid stuff like this where we crash because it creates the customer automatically. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the order repository, and inside the order repository, when we create an order, I expect that if the customer is actually there, if it's not null, then I expect the customer is already created in the system right now. That's a choice you can make. That's the choice I'm going to make right here. So I expect that if order.customer not equals null, so if there is a customer available, then I want to explain to the entity framework that this guy is unchanged. It's not the customer I'm trying to create right now, it's an order. To do that, in the entity framework, you write underscore context to again get the context, and then you say entry, like this. And that means I'm going to find the specific customer inside, remember this is in-memory stuff, so inside memory I'm going to find the specific customer, and I'm going to say he's unchanged. The state of this guy equals entity state. Let's just put in the actual state right here by doing the using state keyword. And then we're going to say that state is going to actually be unchanged, right? So this was kind of what I wanted to do. Now I'm saying when I create an order, I don't expect the customer is needed to be created. He should already be in the database. So now we have explained to the entity framework that it doesn't have to create the customer. It can just say, I have a customer and he's unchanged. There we go. And we could even start doing stuff like throwing exceptions if there is no customer, because there needs to be a customer. We just talked about that earlier in the diagram. Let's try and run this now once more and see if we can actually create the customer now without exploding. So this time the program actually started. Let's try and jump into Postman, do a send, and still the customer is null. Oh my God, Lars, you're killing us here. You're killing us. Another cliffhanger. You have to wait until the next episode actually to see this. This was the first step for using the entity framework. This was the first time you tried to change the context. There's a lot more about this, and we'll just start talking about it slowly and start progressing, adding more and more context, relevant information. But before we do this, let's figure out why we don't get the customer back yet, because we want that. See you in the next lesson.